It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends, this being more than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day, yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me.
It's really about to rain and I'm like just sitting here waiting until the last possible minute.
Dancing up in the stars. Oh, where I'd rather be than with you.
Welcome back to another video. My name is Sheila. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back, friend. We're doing another fall reading vlog because it's the best season of the year to be doing these types of videos. Am I right? I am right. So I just went outside to do some reading in the backyard and then it instantly got dark and super windy, and it's not raining yet, but it is like so dark. You can see it is like so dark, and it was so sunny earlier. Like obviously when I went outside you could tell. So it still is dark and gloomy and windy, but the rain has not started yet. How is this for mood lighting? But I just thought like the contrast from the footage you just watched to the footage you watch now is like the perfect like fast forward transition of summer to fall, because we've been having really hot, humid summer weather the past few days. Obviously I'm in shorts and I look like it's like August, but it's October. It's October 16th and I am wearing shorts. What is going on in the world? We all know the answer to that. I digress. Yeah, it's like such a good metaphor for how like summer has ended, fall is in full swing. Also a nod to nature because we are reading The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, and I absolutely am enthralled in this book right now. I am more than halfway through. I have this much left on page 242, and I have about 100 pages left, and the goal for this vlog is to finish this book and then start another book, which I feel like I've been talking about so much because in my last reading vlog I wanted to read it in my last vlog, but I couldn't pick it up at the store, at the bookstore, because it wasn't in yet. But we are going to be starting Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which is a trilogy. I think it's just called the Truly Devious trilogy. This is a YA mystery thriller book. So I'm really curious how this book is going to be, especially after I finish this story, because I have a feeling this is going to be probably one of my like favorite books of the year. And this is also a series, So I'm just excited that there's more books like that are gonna come after this one. So yeah, these are the 2 books like I'm definitely gonna be reading in this video, and dare I challenge myself to read a 3rd book in this vlog. We really need to up my reading game because I was doing my goal check-in video today and my goal is to read 5 books this month, and I've only read 1 book and it's halfway through October. Like I took the first week of October off from reading to recharge, and then I spent all of last week reading The Night Circus, which was a very, you know, long book for me, and started this book beginning of this week and making pretty good progress on this. I was deep in reading this like after work and at night. I'm just getting through it, and now I'm pretty confident I'll be able to finish this probably tomorrow. It'd be really cool if I could finish it tonight, but I think we might have some plans tonight to do social things, so we'll see how that goes. But definitely gonna finish this book, start this book, and I don't know, let's go look at my bookshelf. Also, if you've already watched my last fall reading vlog, you saw the decoration montage for how this came to be. I'm enjoying it, and I thought the leaves were gonna make me like have an allergy attack because my nose was not liking it when I initially put it up, but I've been okay, taking my medicine, we're good. But these are kind of like the October books that I want to read, which you can't really see right now. Once There Were Wolves, My Heart is a Chainsaw, House of Leaves, and this is another like witchy book, Practical Magic. Just finished Night Circus, and then these are some other like books that I thought would kind of go into the theme. Not on my TBR like for this month, but on my perpetual TBR. This book, The Glimmer Princess, it's written by my dear friend Amanda, and I haven't read it yet. Amanda will read it soon, and we'll do a reading vlog on it. But everything's coming down. Oh no. Leaves are falling. Okay, the real reason I came over to my mantelpiece was to see if we could pick a 3rd book for this video, which honestly is like overachievement overload for me. I don't think that's possible, but why don't we have a little fun? I think if we add Practical Magic, ooh, it came off the shelf without the whole thing collapsing. I think if we add Practical Magic to the pile, this would be a pretty good reading vlog mix. I mean, doesn't this just look like a good stack of juicy books you want to read in October? These are less on the horror spooky end of things, although The Year of the Witching is actually kind of graphic and a little bit gory if you're like super squeamish, which I am not. I'm loving that, but it is, you know, there are some things in there that might not be good for people that aren't into that kind of stuff. But anyway, I know My Heart is a Chainsaw is gory, so I'm waiting to read that until we get closer to Halloween. And House of Leaves I also want to read closer to Halloween, and then there's another book that I want to read for Halloween. So I have like 3 horror books I want to read, and I want to read Once There Were Wolves, you know, this month too. Like, I don't think this is very possible, but we can dream. It has officially started raining, friends. Hopefully it cools it down because it has been so humid today and I am not a fan. But wouldn't these just look like a good, this is a good mix, right? Very excited to try and read all of these books in this video, so wish me luck, friends. Welcome to the vlog. So grab a cozy seat, get a beverage. I am still sipping on iced tea because it is way too hot to be drinking hot beverages today. And let's dive into the reading vlog. Cheers. Good morning, friends. It is the next day and I have big book updates because last night I finished The Year of the Witching and it was such a good story, and I'm so excited that there's another book coming out, I think in like December. Just so many good things on my end, and highly recommend if you are looking for something very spooky and creepy and witchy for the season. So this book really is, I guess the best way to kind of describe it is like a feminist historical fantasy fiction book, and it tackles the issues of race and sexism, the patriarchy, religion, witchcraft, and also identity issues, because the main character, Emmanuel, is mixed. The author doesn't technically call her mixed race, but she is, but she does call her an outsider of a different race caste, which is a more appropriate term, I guess, for the time period that they're living in, because her mother is within the main community that they live in Bethel, and her father is from the outskirts, who is an outsider and is also of darker skin, is black, and her mom is white. Like, that really resonated with me as a mixed race person, and I really identified a lot with how Emmanuel was feeling, because not only is she exploring her relationship to her mother, who has died, and she's trying to kind of learn more about her mother, like so many questions she has about her life and the choices that her mother made in the past, but she's also exploring, you know, her other side, her father's side, who she obviously never met him either, doesn't know anything about the family. The outskirts are kind of like the forbidden area outside of Bethel. There's a lot of classism also going on, as you would expect in a book that takes place. They don't say when it takes place, but it is very like Salem witch trials-esque. And I know that it's a fantasy book, and there was never really any clear connections or parallels to any real geographic areas, because my, you know, historian trained brain is trying to like connect this to things in real life, which is why fantasy's an interesting genre for me to read, as I try to expand my mind more and be more imaginative in the stories I'm reading. But there is a lot of connections to like Salem witch trials and like Puritans and all of that. And the writing was very immersive and engaging, and the descriptions made me feel like I was really kind of there. There is a lot of supernatural and horror elements to it as well, so if that's not your cup of tea, maybe don't check out this book. It does get a little graphic. The first part, like there's 4 different parts. The first part is called Blood, so there is blood, like descriptions of blood and animal sacrifice and things like that, as you know, came with the time period that they're living in. So just a trigger warning for anybody out there who gets queasy at those kinds of things. Yeah, and I really, you know, loved that the author, you know, took these basic tropes of like witchcraft and religion and like the Salem witch trials and updated it to really tackle like feminism and racism and things like that. So I highly recommend this book. It takes like a genre to the next level, and I feel like this is like the kind of fantasy books that need to be out there more, and maybe there are more out there, but you know, publishers and bookstores need to get like more of these kinds of books out there, because this is what I want to be reading. If I'm reading a fantasy book and everything really is kind of like made up, like why aren't we tackling issues of race and sexism and patriarchy and things like that, and really bring in a feminist, you know, lens to everything. So highly recommend. Highly recommend. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars, just because there were some parts where I was like, that's kind of cheesy, and maybe that's just me with my like historical brain trying to get on board with like supernatural and fantasy writing, but that's just, you know, personal critique on my end. Okay, so after I finished that last night, I started reading Truly Devious. I got about, I think like 30 or so pages in before I went to bed. I was up pretty late last night, late being like midnight, and I got some more pages in this morning, so now I'm on page 60, and I'm gonna set a lofty goal to try and finish this book today. I don't know if that's going to happen, because although it is a YA book and it is, you know, easier to read and I think technically shorter, and there's also a lot of dialogue going on, but it is over 400 pages, so I feel like this is a very advanced YA book, because me as like as a teenager, like I wasn't really into reading. Reading was kind of hard for me, and it was just not like a hobby or anything I enjoyed. So I like envisioned myself reading this in high school or even like middle school, and like it's like something I probably would have enjoyed. Maybe I'm not a fast reader. Maybe that's also the thing going on. So I don't know. We're gonna set the goal to try and finish this today because I am really trying to get through all of the books that I want to read this month, and who knows, I don't have an audiobook for this, so I don't know. I kind of just want to read the whole thing, but I know having an audiobook helps me, you know, get through books quicker, obviously, especially when I'm trying to multitask, because I do have kind of a to-do list today. I want to obviously do like some laundry and cleaning and need to go to the grocery store in a little bit, and I have a video that I want to finish editing and get up tomorrow. The good thing is the video is pretty much like the first few phases of editing is already done, so it shouldn't take me too long to get up, but I always underestimate how long it takes to edit videos, so I don't know. But we're gonna try and finish it today. If not, I think I'll definitely finish it tomorrow, and then I don't know, maybe we'll be able to start Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman after I finish this tonight or tomorrow, and then see where we go from there. But yeah, in terms of today, besides reading just, you know, basic Sunday things, getting ready for the day, nothing too intense, and really just gonna be sitting on the couch trying to read as much as I can. So with that said, friends, cheers to Sunday, cheers to reading, and let's carry on. It is the next day. It is technically Monday, and I actually took a mental health day today because last night got kind of chaotic, which I will explain in a future vlog. I'm still trying to process, and I'm very stressed out actually behind the scenes, and there's a lot going on, and I'm just going to keep it to myself until, you know, things transpire. But I wasn't able to get a lot of reading done yesterday between trying to get my video finished and uploaded and then just personal things. So I was able to finally get some reading in after I read yesterday morning at like 8:30, and I read for maybe like two and a half hours and got pretty far last night. And then this morning up until this afternoon, I was able to get to almost halfway through. I'm on page 195, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And obviously I didn't finish this yesterday, so that goal didn't happen, but I am resetting the goal to finish it tonight, since I am not working today because mental health. And I just want to get it done so I can move on to another book. I feel kind of, you know, rushy with these kinds of goals, which is why I always feel weird saying like I want to read, you know, X amount of books in a weekend, or try and do like a readathon, which I've never really done anyway, because it's just, I don't know, it seems to kind of nod to hustle culture and capitalism to go when I rather just kind of relax and pace myself through the story. But since I have so many books that I want to read during spooky season, I'm allowing myself to hustle through the reading, or just maybe reframe it and think of just speeding through and getting to know as many stories and characters as possible. So with that said, it is, what time is it? It's 3:30. I know I need to go to the grocery store tonight because we didn't go last night because chaos. And I think I'm gonna try and read for another hour and a half until we decide to go to the grocery store. And I know I'll get some more reading in tonight. I want to make some tea. I actually made some tea earlier, or I like had the water boiling and like haven't touched it in like, I don't know how long, like 30 minutes. So that's how this day's going so far. But yeah, I'm gonna have some tea, cozy up with the book, and try and push through. Hello friends! Wow, life has gotten incredibly crazy since I signed off, I think like 2 days ago. I don't know. Whenever I left off, my goal was to finish reading Truly Devious, and I finished it that night. And yeah, I actually started reading the second book, which is the Vanishing Stair, which is the sequel of the trilogy, and I just checked it out through my e-reader. Overall, I enjoyed the book. It was really fun. I don't read a lot of YA, so I feel like I'm not at a good point to judge the book. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I don't know if it was like the writing style or because it's YA or like there was so many characters. There was a lot going on, and I don't know, it was kind of hard for me to like read at points, or it was hard for me to like focus and pay attention to it. It's like I'm reading it and it's like I'll go a page and I'll have no idea like what just happened, and I have to go back and reread it. So I think that might be just a personal thing, because there are a lot of things that have been going on behind the scenes, as I mentioned the other day, yesterday. I don't know, time is blurred. You can see that I'm not at my house. I'm at my parents right now, and I will just say that I am going on a trip with my mom and leave it at that. I'll leave it on a cliffhanger. Plot twist, my life has taken a complete plot twist, and it's taken me some time to accept and move into the actual action steps of making it happen. So I will keep you updated on Instagram. Make sure you're following me there at Sheila Joy Creates, and you can get all of the like at the minute updates that's going on over there. And I am vlogging what's happening, and will publish I'm gonna publish my next vlog, which will be, you know, expanding on what is going on with what's happening behind the scenes. So stay tuned. It's a true cliffhanger moment. So just living, you know, my main character life in the midst of the chaos. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in and end this vlog, let you know how Truly Devious ended up. It was a quick read, and I think I finished it in like 2 days. Highly recommend. I really enjoyed like the story and the plot, and it is like a dark academia vibe, which I don't know, maybe it's just because it's a YA book and maybe I'm just not that into YA, but I am learning as I read and read different genres. So if you're into YA and mystery and thriller and dark academia and just like books set in the fall in a school or academy, definitely check out this book. I don't even think I really even mentioned what was happening in the book, but it was about a girl named Stevie who is accepted into this really elite academy called Ellingham Academy in Vermont, and she goes there and she is a true crime fanatic, and she's actually at the school to solve a 1936 murder that happened at the school. So the founder of Ellingham Academy, his wife and daughter were kidnapped, and there is suspicion of whether they were murdered or not, and it had never been solved. It's a true cold case, and Stevie is really into like true crime, and she actually wants to become an FBI agent, and she goes to this school with the intention to solve this crime. And meanwhile, while that's happening, there's all of the like, you know, swirling subplots of being a 16-year-old, going to a school, meeting people, boys, friends, keeping up with your classes, all the drama in between. So I think it's a really fun and like timely read for this time of the year. So highly recommend if you know, think that sounds fun and interesting. And I'm really excited to read the second book. I think I might like the second book more than the first book. I already started reading it, and I'm like, I don't know, 2 or 3 chapters in, I'm already like liking it a lot more. So maybe I will find more joy in the sequel than I did in the first one. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, friends. I hope this video gave you all the fall vibes. This is not the ending I had planned really at all. Leaving you on this kind of like what's going on scene. So yes, I will talk to you soon. Thank you for being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.